Hi, I'm joined by Lewis Neathey from Grohe. Lewis, great to have you on Member Monday. First off, tell us a little bit about Ish, because Grohe were back there. What was new for you this year, and what trends did you see at the show?
So first, thanks for having me on. It's great to have this chat today. So obviously, Grohe is a heritage brand, right? And our origins are in kind of quality and craftsmanship. And I think over recent years, we've seen kind of a resurgence in interest in that, particularly from retailers and driven from a sustainability perspective. So we spent quite a bit of our stand space sort of trying to showcase again our brand pillars, trying to really show our quality and how that is different to maybe some other people in the market. So we had our testing robot on the stand showing the kind of how many times the tap is turned on and off and the process it goes through, and really showing people that, not just telling them. So really just trying to invest back in the brand values a little bit and giving that space on the stand. Across the show, I'd say the widest trend I saw was a lot of variety in finishes and textures and materials being used. So from a Grohe perspective, we're now looking at kind of relaunching some of our classic ranges with a bit of a twist. So the Essence range, for example, has been around for a very long time, and that will be relaunched later with now a dappled metal effect on the handle, which makes it stand out a bit more. And at the really premium end, in our Spa range, we're doing some things with stone inserts and lots of different color combinations, and really giving people some flexibility to choose a design which meets what they want for their bathroom and being a bit more unique.
I swung by the stand, which made a real big impression, if nothing else, because of the kind of lake that was part of it as well, which was really cool. But tell me about the foam shower, because that was one of the stars of the show for me.
Yeah, so I think the foam shower got a lot of attention. This pure foam shower is the full name, but it's for your listeners who don't know what it is, it's basically a shower which, when you spray on your body, it creates a soapy foam on you. So it kind of is a bit magic, to be honest. And that was kind of the excited reaction we got from a lot of people at the stand, because it's something which I hadn't really seen before anywhere else. And for me, it just showcases really what Grohe is. We invest in research and development, we invest in new technology, and at the forefront of trying new things, really.
Cool. We're talking about shows. Obviously, Grohe are joining the BMA at Installer Show this year. What's going to be the main highlight for you, and why should people come to your stand?
So I'm really excited about this key product which we're showing this year. So we previewed it last year, and that was kind of a pre-launch look. This time now it's fully launched, so we can talk about it a bit more, and that's the shower frame. So this is a product which comes in two pieces, and it's basically a pre-assembled everything you need, which goes behind the wall for a concealed shower. So for an installer, all we have to do is put the two pieces together, put it into the space, drill some screws in the stud work from the side, and then plumb in the hot and cold, and it's done from the first fix perspective. So you can imagine that's a big time saver, and it's a lot easier for installers. You can probably get the apprentice to do it and be fairly comfortable with that. But also the number one hatred, and we all know this for plumbers, is going back to a job. And in this case, obviously, we guarantee all of the pre-plumbed parts, which means that if anything does go wrong, and it shouldn't go wrong because it's German engineering, but if anything does, then it's covered by Grohe, right? So from a plumber's perspective, you know that actually a lot of the product, you can be much more reassured about the quality of it, but also that if anything does go wrong, then it's not a case of the plumber having to kind of pick up the work there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to swinging by the stand at Installer Show if I get 5 minutes off of the BMA area. Just you touched on innovation throughout those answers there. What are you most excited about in terms of the future of the bathroom industry and the innovation that's perhaps just over the horizon? I know Lixil, which is Grohe's parent company, was one of the firms which signed the Windsor Declaration, which is really driving for innovation around water efficiency and hygiene. But what is it that excites you, Lewis?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of new products in the kind of water saving, energy saving space, either by kind of different ways of making sprays feel more impactful and with less water. and heat and water recycling showers are definitely an area which we're investing in as well. But I think for me, if I can kind of reflect for a moment, the industry has really changed quite a bit in the last sort of 10 years. So I think when I first joined in the industry, the home design focus was much more on the kitchen and on the kind of the styling of the kitchen. And I think probably the bathroom now is seen more by the interior design industry as an area you can invest in making something quite special. I think that's driven partly by technology and investment by manufacturers in new innovation, but also by this boom in social media and kind of everybody wanting to showcase their creativity in every room of their house. So I'd say that's kind of one of the things which has changed a lot, and I kind of see that continuing. But on that trajectory, like I said earlier, we're seeing much more colors, we're seeing much more textures. And because of that, consumers are, I guess, a bit more conscious of the quality. I think we mentioned sustainability a bit earlier as well, but that's maybe a bit more in the background of their mind. I think part of it is, if I'm investing in this perfectly formed gold tap, I want it to last a long time, right? I don't want it to break in a year. It's got to be of a high quality, because they're spending a bit more on some of those finishes and some of those designs. And the following on part of that, which kind of ties back to the concealed shower frame, is consumers are particularly conscious of this quality aspect when they're putting something behind the wall, because they know that it's more complicated to get to and to service. And I think that's really where, from a grower perspective, that's where I think we can add some value, is kind of bringing that quality message to products which go behind the wall.
I think that's such a great point, because after your house, your car and your kitchen is probably the next biggest expenditure that you'll have in your life. So make it count and go for quality. Lewis, always a pleasure to catch up with you and see you at Installer, if not before.
Perfect. Thank you, Tom.